Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video we're just going to do a few jobs, basically a day on our farmyard, spend the day on our farmyard. So we have a couple of jobs lined up for today, so we'll go ahead and show you and then get straight into it. So what we have to do now, all the cattle are now out, so for any people who are, we'll say, locals or regulars on the channel and watch a lot of my videos, you know that we had a couple of cattle inside, which is why there's a bale of silage here. So what I want to do quickly is just clean up the slats again. Why I mean again is that I've already cleaned them before the slurry went out, and then I was going to just go over it again quickly when the slurry was out. Basically, when the cows are over the winter, it was like that, so I wanted to clean the slats up before it all dried in. We weren't going to get that done before the slurry was out, so I'd done that before the slurry went out. But now we had to put cattle back in for several different reasons, but finally they're all back out onto the field again. So I want to very quickly just scrape up with a scraper and a shovel and whatnot all the stuff here that's on the slats, this side of the bay and that side of the bay. There's some bad bits of silage here with mold on it. We'll grape that into the box, and I think these two pens out here might need a quick sweep or two, or not a sweep but a scrape, as you can see there. So we'll have to take the stuff out of the transport box because we'll be using the 135 here as per usual, and we'll unload all this fencing equipment back into its storage container, and then we can back up the tractor in this way, open that gate, and we can load up all the cow dung that's there and the bad silage and whatnot. So yeah, I'll go ahead and empty the box and then we'll get started then. Okay, so as you can see, there's some stuff in the box. That's because I cleaned out this pen in here just quickly off camera. It's a lot better than what it was. There's some more stuff sort of stuck to it, but when it comes to power washing this, it'll clean that up nicely, the power washer. So the next coming weeks or so, basically before the cattle come back into the house, which we are planning and gearing it for November, so there's basically the whole month of October to get this power washed. Whenever there's maybe a wet day outside and you cannot do any outdoor work, you can be in here power washing. So there's always something to do on the farm, no matter what the weather is like outside. So yeah, that's all scraped up and ready for power washing. I just have to load up this mouldy silage into the box there and then do that side here, which I'll probably do on camera. So as you can see, yeah, don't know what the calf creep is like, but might as well have a quick look at it while we're here. It's not too bad, and maybe now shovel here and there won't go amiss. But anyways, we'll set the camera up somewhere and we will, first of all, we'll load that mouldy silage and then we'll clean out this pen. that's that. That's just the slats cleaned. Obviously I cleaned that off camera, and this side is clean as well. As you can see, this side has some stuff lying down on the slats just there. When we were agitating, it came up through the slats, as it does when you're agitating, and just set on the slats. It's all sort of hard and dried in, but when we come to power washing it, the power washer should take that up nicely and put it down in the tank below. But yeah, there's two sides clean. There was only about half a shovel full of stuff in the calf creep there. So that's the 2 bays done. That's the 2 pens out here is done, as you can see. Ready for power washing. And I also gave the crush here a little sort of a scrape as well with the shovel. So that's clean as well. And the box is also emptied. So all that stuff ready for power washing. Whenever a bad wet day comes, we can be in here power washing, getting it ready for November when the cattle will be back in on the slats. Another quick job I have to do is just clean the eave gutters on the cow shed here. So whether or not you can see it, you can see there's some bits of leafy weeds growing out of the eave gutters there. I have the ladder here as well, and a bucket to put some stuff into. But what's within the eave gutters, beyond what we can see from on the ground here, I don't know until we go up on the ladder and have a look. So yeah, I guess we'll set the camera up somewhere, go up on the ladder and start cleaning these eave gutters. It shouldn't take too long either, so yeah, we'll do that. Now they're all clean, whether or not you can see it. It's amazing how just a little bit of dirt or whatever gets caught in the eave gutters over time. How there was just one rushed over there at the end and the rest were just like weeds or something. But it's just amazing how what can grow when a bit of dirt gets caught in an eave gutter. Between rushes and weeds and grass, it's just amazing what grows. But anyways, they're nice and clean, so they should be done for the winter, for when the cows come back in. So obviously when we were doing the slurry, we had whatever rain fell and was in the eave gutters and went down that direction and down the gully or whatnot, we had it piped going inwards into the shed, basically just underneath here where the pipe going in, but it was just down the far side there where you can see the pipe going down into the ground. We had and when we were doing the schlei, we had a pipe going into the slats, so every time it rained and water fell into the eave gutter and ran down that direction, down the little hole, down into the pipe, and then down into the slurry tank itself. So yeah, but now it's back to normal. It's going down into its own little system with the pipe just there. So yeah, they should be clean for the winter anyways, because we're bound to get a drop of rain over the next coming months and winter months, and when the cows are actually in the shed we're bound to get rain till then. But yeah, other than that, they're nice and clean, and we can move on to our next job of the day. Okay, so now we're going doing a bit of topping. As you can see, we have our international and our topper, and I'm basically just going topping this field here, which is the first paddock that the 2 dry cows were in by themselves. So all this is grazed. They're fenced off down below there, so I'm basically just trying to tidy this up. You can see the big lumps of grass like that that's just dotted around the place. Just sort of cut them down and level the grass out and hopefully get it more tidy. I've done about two rings there, and it's cutting it nicely, so it should, at the end when I finish this, should tidy it up quite nicely. You can just see those big lumps of grass there that once I run the topper over should cut them down further down. You can just see that there's just a load of them plotted around the place. It's just grass that the cows didn't eat because they done their toilet duties on it or something like that. So that's why there's like lumps of maybe tall or more thicker grass just dotted around the place and around the field. And there's also a couple of rushes and a couple of docks that I'll just trim with the topper itself. So yeah, anyways, enough chit chat and more topping. Now, all topped, as you can see, all the big sort of lumps of grass that was just dotted around the field are all sort of trimmed down to a reasonable height, and the grass now should grow hopefully next year whenever we spread bag manure on, or grazing bag manure and whatnot. It should grow more evenly. As you can see, it's looking way nicer and way neater. But anyways, we better get the international and get to our next job. The last jobs we do at the end of the day is to check up on the livestock. So we have livestock here, we have the heifers to check up on in one field, we have the bullocks to check up on in another field and to give them meal, and we have a couple more cows and calves and all that to check up in another field. So there's 4 different fields where we have cattle. So in this field here we have the 3 last cows to calf, so they're the smallest calves, and we also have the teaser bull along with them. So there should be 3 cows, 3 calves and a teaser bull. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the teaser bull. So they're all there and they seem happy out. They all seem to be progressing on nicely. They're not, the calves aren't getting any meal or calf crunch or anything like that, because they are out in the field, and it'll be hard just to give them the calf crunch or whatever and try and stop the cows from getting at it, and just let there'll be a lot of setting up in that, so they're not getting anything while they're out in the field. Probably come maybe November time, or whenever we decide to bring them back into the house, we'll probably give them calf crunch then, because they'll only be a couple of months old at that point. So, or even just throw them straight into meal, I don't know. But they have plenty of grass. They're a lovely little bit pickings of grass, and they've plenty of food and they're happy out. So yeah, we have this calf over here standing beside the cow. So that's their pair there. That's mother and daughter. Obviously the mousy coloured calf goes with the mousy coloured cow, and that red calf goes with the red cow up above there. So yeah, that's them. They're happy out. Everything seems to be a-okay in this department. So we'll go over now, we'll check on the bullocks next, give them their meal. On the way back, the heifers, and then finally we'll check up on the 2 first cows that calved this year, so the 2 bigger calves. We have a cow then that was not due until December, is in the same field as them, and we have the 2 dry cows that we're going to sell in the mart in a couple of weeks time, hopefully, all going to plan. So that's the plan, and we'll go ahead and do that now. We have to get we have to fill a bucket of meal as well, so we'll go fill the bucket of meal, and we'll head over and check on the other livestock. So they're happy out, they have their meal. If I can creep in closely, you'll be able to see it. So there should be 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're all there. The whole 6 are there, happy out, having their meal. We might just walk around and see how they're progressing. These are bullocks that we're now feeding meal to beef them up a small bit, gain a bit more weight on them, and we'll sell them then in the mart to either a factory or a beef farmer, who will then probably fatten them up a bit more and then bring them to the factory himself. So that's why we're giving them meal. They get about half a bucket to 3/4 full of a bucket. We'll say 3/4 fulls of a bucket. So yeah, they're all there. And the heifers, as you can see, are here. So there should be 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there is 8 there. It's good to count twice just to make sure you didn't miss one or skip one or whatnot. So these are the heifers. Some of these are in calf, some of them are not in calf. When they were at the back of the farmyard, the field at the back of the farmyard, they were with the teaser bull, when there came a bull and the teaser bull would leave, because he had the chin ball on, he'd leave the paint on them, the mark on them, and we'd know then to bring them in, call the eye man and bull them. But some of them just started repeating too many times, several times. So yeah, I don't know. And this calf here looks more on the lines of a jersey or something, because she's not really filling up like the rest of them there. They're all, you know, they were getting male just to put them up to weight for bulling for when they are due for calving. But this one, just, I know she's the youngest out of the lot of them, but she's not that young. She just doesn't seem to be putting on the weight or the beefiness like the rest of them are. So I don't know, but yeah, we know which one. We know some of them that are definitely in calf, and we know some of them that are more or less maybe definitely not in calf. So but to make sure we'd probably when we get them inside in November time or whenever we bring them in, we might get them scanned just to make sure 100% which ones are in calf, which ones are not in calf. Obviously the ones that are in calf are keepers, we're going to keep them. The ones that are not in calf we won't be keeping. So yeah, we'll sell them on. Maybe another farmer might have better luck getting them bulled, or maybe another farmer will just send them out into the factory. We don't know, but they all seem to be okay. There's plenty of grass and they're all there, so that's always a good sign. So now we'll head back home and check on the last field, the last couple of cattle, and see are they all there and how they're getting on. And the last field should have 5 cows and 2 calves. So the 2 first cows to calve, as I mentioned earlier, the 2 biggest calves, 2 dry cows that are going to the mart, and 1 cow that's due in December. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2. So there we go. That's them all there, happy out. The 2 biggest calves. Obviously this one was the first calf of 2024 and has gotten quite big, and this one over here is the second calf of 2024, also quite big. So you might be wondering why we haven't the small calves in with the big calves. It's because we're afraid, and there's a possibility that the 2 big calves could start sucking the other cows and take the milk off them cows that the smaller calves would need. So we have them curtailed by themselves in their own field. That black cow there is due on the 23rd of December, I believe. It's down on the records somewhere there, but it's around Christmas time she's due. But she could bring a week or so on with her. She could bring maybe a week or just over a week on with her. And these 2 cows down here, the white one and the red one, as you may have already known, are the 2 dry cows, which were supposed to be sold a month or 2 ago but have not been sold. But they are going to be sold soon enough. The plan is to have them sold before the rest of the cattle go into the house in around November time. So, you know, they could be sold at some point in October. So yeah, and they're happy out as well. So yeah, and it is getting quite dark. I think it's 7:30 now, but also there's clouds in the sky, so it's making it that little bit darker than it usually would be. But the days are getting shorter as well, as we are nearing the entrance of the month of October. So yeah, anyways, that is going to be the end of today's video. It's just another one of them videos where I just piled in a load of different jobs into one video. So yeah, anyways, starting to rain now, so I'll pack it up. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my merch, the link to that will be down in the description, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Take care.